Welcome to a brand new ST drums tutorial, and today we will show you how to remove old drum wrap as well as old eyelets and badges. So let's get started. Many customers trust our services and send us their drum sets to be re-wrapped. But in order to save some money, we mostly recommend them to take off the old drum wrap themselves at home. You don't need special knowledge or expensive tools, you just need some time and patience. And if we have to do it, we will charge it by the time we need to take the wrap off. So to help you to remove the old wraps yourself, we made this video. First of all, not all drums are created equal. Some drum wraps were just glued on the overlapping, like Olivia's old Pearl set. In this case, there isn't really much explanation needed. On many other drums though, the wrap is a bit harder to remove. But let's start with the badges and eyelets. If you want us to re-wrap your kit, you can leave the badges and eyelets on the drum and just cut around them like this when you remove the old wrap. But if you want to do the re-wrapping at home, you can try the following method to remove the badges. Sometimes these eyelets are wide and far away from the shell surface, so you can just bend them with pliers. In our case though, the metal was too close to the shell and we weren't able to grab the eyelet with the pliers. So take a small flat screwdriver and put it on the eyelet's outer rim from the inside of the shell. Hit it carefully with a hammer, but try to find an angle that will help you to bend the eyelet without damaging too much of the shell. Turn the shell around and do the same thing again. Now put your medium-sized screwdriver inside the eyelet and try to rotate the eyelet 90 degrees. Then repeat the previous two steps. Once the eyelet is shaped like this double 8, put the medium screwdriver in the middle and hit it carefully with the hammer.
There you have the eyelet and the badge. There is another method that requires some more experience and tools, but we wanted to share it with you as well. You need a countersink bit and a cordless drill. Just drill off the inside of the eyelet like this. Use some pliers to bend the edges to the inside and then use a reamer to carefully push the eyelet to the outside. As you can see here, if it's done correctly, there are no scratch marks visible inside the shell.
Now let's talk about wrap again. If your shell is made from softer wood like poplar, it will be a bit more difficult to remove the wraps without damaging the shells compared to harder wood. At this point, you will also need to make a decision what should happen to the drums after the removal. Imperfections on the shell can always be covered with wraps or wooden veneers to get a fresh start. If you want to use the raw wood of the original shell though, the process is more time-consuming and delicate. For example, if you re-wrap a shell, you don't have to remove all of the residue of the old glue from the shell. If you want to use the raw wood of the shell again, you will have to do that though. To remove old wraps, we recommend you to take a heat gun and a sharp flat scraper or something with a similar shape. It also helps to get another person to help you. The ideal workflow would be one person should hold the heat gun and try to slowly heat up the wrap material, while the other person puts the scraper under the wrap and lifts it up, first on the left, then on the right, then in the center. Using the heat gun, try to stay 10 to 20 centimeters away and keep the heat source moving to avoid the wrap from burning. There was a particular amount of heat needed for the wrap to get soft enough to be removed. However, if you heated it too much, the wrap started to get too soft and it would easily tear. Also, some types of wraps and glue might catch fire if you put too much heat on them, so please be careful. We would also never recommend you to do this type of work inside an apartment. Please go outside or open a window if you are in some kind of workshop. As you might have seen in our Sonar Performer Almost Signature video, some wraps will split after some years and you will have to remove the layers individually. On this particular set, the deepest layer had to be scraped off. Be careful though not to ruin the shell. In our case, it was made of beechwood, which is pretty hard and stable.
Now again, let's cut to a more difficult process that we do here at ST Drums. It might help you as well, but it also might take you a few tries to get it right. First of all, let's cover the stickers inside these nice scratch drums, so they don't get damaged or removed by the heat applied. Like in the first version, open up the overlapping with a sharp chisel like this. Then use a round piece of wood and roll some of the wrap around it to get it further off the shell. Then take 2 screws and screw the wrap material to the round piece of wood. As you can see here, there is a hole in the round piece of wood. Stick a long tool through there and use it as a handle. With this method, one person alone can handle the heat gun with one hand and turn the wrap off the shell with the other hand. Smooth like butter. This lower piece can just be removed with a chisel and some heat as well. It looks so easy when professionals do it, but I'm sure you will be able to do it as well.
So, we hope these tips were helpful. If you run into other problems along the way, please let us know in the comments below the video or write us an email. If you want information on our prices or a personal offer, please check stdrums.com or contact us via email. Thank you for watching. We will post more tutorial videos like this in the future, so see you in the next one.